Everyone, and welcome to the last tutorial for this graphic design class. So today we're going to be designing this business flyer, and to do it is not hard, and we're going to be doing it with our phones on Canva. Let's get right into it. So we are back on Canva, and we're going to create a custom page. If you don't want to create a custom page, you can just click on social media, click on Instagram, and you can click on Instagram post square. So we are going to bring in the background that we are going to use for this design. To do that, we'll go to gallery, and we are going to click on background. Now this background, like everything we are going to use for this design, just like I've said before, I've provided it in the resources panel. So all you need to do is for each day that you're going to do a design, you just go to the folder and you have access to all the resources in there. So we're going to position our background and then adjust it to fit our canvas. Now the next thing that we're going to do is to start typing in our text, and to do that we are going to click on text. We're going to click on text. We're going to click on heading. We will type in Maki Couture. Yeah. And then we are going to change our font. We'll change our font to Montserrat, which is our major font for this design. And we're going to change it to bold. We can increase the font size, and we can change the format of the design to be left aligned. Then we can adjust the spacing, the line spacing, and then take it up. Here it's okay. The next thing we're going to do is to change the color of our design, the color of our text. So to change the color, we'll click on color, come over here and input our color code, which is 620B11. So this is what we are going to use. This is the color we are going to use for our design. Then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to bring in a shape. Now this shape is we are going to change the color to the same text color, which is 620B11. And then we are going to position our shape and then increase it a little bit, and then we are going to round it off. This is fine. So the next thing we can do is let's duplicate this, change the color to white, and then we can make it to be smaller. We can adjust it to be smaller, bring this down a little bit. Let's keep it here, and then we can position our shape here. This is fine. So let's type in. We're going to pick the text tool and pick the heading. Now we'll type in services. We are going to change the font to Montserrat. We are going to change the weight to medium. Let's move it and drop it. And then we can change the color to purple. Let's change the font weight. Let's change the font weight to semi bold or let's leave it at bold. And then we can increase our text size, our font size. Then we use our notch tool and move it into our shape. So what we can do is we can reduce this shape. This is fine. And then we can adjust our text to fit into the box. So the next thing we are going to type is the services. So we'll click on text and we'll click on a little bit of body text, and then we're going to type in the text. Let me do that now, and then I'll come back, and then I'll come back to the design. So I've typed all the text. Now we can adjust the font size, change our format to be left aligned, and then we can drag it into our shape. Then the next thing we'll do is to change the font to Montserrat. We're going to use regular. Okay, now let's go to the format, let's go to the spacing and add and adjust the line spacing. This is fine. Let's adjust it a little bit more. Yeah, this is fine. And then we can position it. Here. So let's move our services box a bit. We'll go over to notch, then move it, then we move the services. Let's click on our notch and move it. So after we've done this, let's position our text. So we're going to bring in an arrow to indicate each of the services. To do that, let's go over to tools. I don't like any of this arrow. Let's go to elements and search arrow. Let's see all the shapes. Let's go to the graphics. We can pick this, and then we can change the color. Change the color to this, and then reduce the size. Once we've reduced the size, we'll go over to our notch and we'll move it. This is still big. Let's reduce. Undo. Let's still reduce the size. This is fine. Let's go to our notch and place it well. Then we can duplicate, use our notch to position it. So let me do that. So I've positioned all the arrows, and we are going to bring in the next thing we're going to do is to bring in our wears. But before then, I'm going to duplicate this bigger shape, and then I'm going to reduce it a little bit. I'm going to resize it a little bit, and then I will change. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change it to have, okay, let's add a body width, let's add a style. So what we are going to do is we are going to remove the color and then change the border color to the purple, and then we are going to bring in our clothes. So we'll go over to this place. We'll bring in all the clothes that we'll be using. Bring in this, bring in this and this, and then we'll add it to the page. So we're going to resize each of them. Like this one, we'll resize. And we'll use our we're going to use our notch tool to position it, and then we can come to corners and give it a corner radius of 22. So we're going to resize the next square and fit it in. Then we change the corner radius. And then the last cloth dress, we'll resize it, bring it inside our design, make sure that it's well aligned. Then we change the corner radius to 22, and that's it. So the next thing is to bring in our main wear. To do that, we are going to go over to gallery, and we are going to click on the dress and then bring it in. So when we bring it in, we are going to go to background remover, and our background remover will help us and remove the background. Then we can now position our clothes. This is fine, and then we are going to duplicate. Let's duplicate this box, and then we will drag it down and resize it. resize it. So I think the space is too tight. We are going to go, let's click on the border, click on select multiple, and then select all of them and use the nudge tool to move it up a bit. Fine. And then we can use the nudge tool and move our box up a bit. This is fine. Let's increase it a bit. Fine. And then we'll bring in this other cloth, and then we'll click on our background remover and it will do its work. So it has removed the background. We can now drag it to this place, increase it a little bit, and then position it here. This is fine. So we're going to put in our contact, click on text, heading, and then type in contact us. We are going to change the text to Montserrat, and it's going to be Montserrat. Change the body weight to medium, then we'll drag it down and make sure that we position it so that it's well aligned with the other texts. So after we put our contact us, we're going to change the color, font color. Let's sample the background color. Done. And then we'll input the phone number. We click on text, click on heading, and then we'll put in the phone number. Then we are going to move the phone number to this, to below the contact, and then we'll change the font to Montserrat, and it's going to be, we'll change the body weight to bold. Also increase the size a little bit. Let's position it well. Let's move our contact us. Let's move it up. Let's click on our notch tool and move it up. This is fine. Let's click on our number and notch it up a bit too. Then we are going to add a line. So to add a line, we can click on tools, click on lines, and then bring the line down to this place, and we can adjust it. We can adjust our line, and then here is perfect. Then we can change the color of the line. Line color, we change it to this. That's fine. Now we are going to add our address. To add our address, we can click on our contact, duplicate it, and position it here, and then we edit it and type in address. Let's use our notch and position it well. Then we are going to add in our address. So we click on text tool, and click on heading, and we'll type in number 13, Yaradua, Street, Lekki, Lagos. Then we'll bring down our text, change our color to this, and then we'll change our format to be left aligned. Then we can reduce our font size. After reducing our font size, we'll use our notch tool to position it well. So we're going to adjust our address. Then the line spacing of this text, we'll go over to spacing and we'll make it tighter. This is fine. Then we'll change the font to Montserrat. Go over to Montserrat and make it medium. Let's increase it a little bit. Let's use our notch tool to move it. So this is fine. Let's adjust our address. And then let's reduce the size of this address. 15. 15 is fine. Let me go back to font. Let me make it bold. Let me make the address bold. And so here we have our design. Okay, if you have a logo, you can bring it in and position it, but we don't have a logo, so we're going to create a custom logo. Let's click on heading and let's type MC. Let's change the color of our logo. No, let's use purple. Let's use our notch tool to move it to where we can see it. At the top. This is our official logo. So this brings us to the end of our design class. Let's change the color of our street to white. So this brings us to the end of our 2 weeks design class. I hope you learned a lot from this free design class, and I'm sure it's well packed like you expected. You don't find free designs like this that is well detailed everywhere, and I'm so happy if you joined me from the beginning of this class till this very moment. I'm so grateful to you all for joining, and I hope that you learned something and you're able to implement whatever you learn either in your business, or you start up a career as a designer, or you also improve in your design and also add phone design if you didn't know how to design with your mobile phone before. So till next time, bye.